This ain't entertainment. This is a move. This is prophecy with a pulse. A soundtrack for the remnant. We don't just make music. We speak fire from the corners of the city to the gates of the kingdom. From survival to revival, from chemo chairs to dry bones rising. Yorelis Radio ain't just about beats. It's about power. Power to heal. Power to rise. Power to remember who we really are. We're street bred, spirit led, anointed with the oil of war and peace. We don't fold. We don't flinch. We go gangster on fear. We go holy on sickness. We go full of flames for the people of Yah. So if you're tired of dead religion, if you're done with fake healing, if your soul been searching for the real sound of heaven, you just tapped in. This is Yorelis, and this is the sound of faith on fire.
We try to warn you folks with scrolls and scripts, but you mocked our mouth, said we lunatics. But now the water's rising, blood in the streets. You see the signs, but still won't retreat. When Yah woke, cancer felt his flames. Demons tremble just hearing his name. We ain't talking church games, we speaking plagues. Scripts on the pavement, real as graves. No silver spoon, no stage light show. We has mouth in the ghettos, let the truth blow. Yeah, woke when Yah woke, the ground shook. Chains broke, the rich ran, the liars choked. We cried out, they said we were broke, but now they know. Yeah, whoa, yeah, whoa, yeah, whoa, yeah, whoa, yeah, whoa, yeah, whoa, yeah, whoa.
Holy fire in our veins. His name is a flame. Now the tables turning, feel that pain. A damning nation full of frustration. Can't think of a vacation, cause a holy nation's rising with salvation. And judgment's raining, no hesitation, yeah, whoa.
You danced on graves, drank the wine. Mocked our prophets, said never mind. But Exodus is coming again. Not from Pharaoh, but these modern men. We ain't blind, now we wide awake. And we ain't fake woke, we real like Jacob's sake. Mountains melt, his spirit speaks. We moving in silence with Zion's heat. Trumpet sound, they losing sleep. While we walk in Torah in city streets. Babylon burning, now it's exposed. Yah lifted his hand, now the world knows. Yeah, when Yah woke, the sky cracked. Truth spoke, their idols fell, their systems broke. They laughed at us, but we never broke, and now they choke. Yahweh, 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 Yahweh.
You mocked the name, yeah, but now he reigns, cancer chaos, flee in flames, try to run, but it's too late, we wanted you. See no imitation. This is holy war and restoration. They can't breathe through the condemnation, cause Yah rose up his own nation. Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahweh. And the world started to choke. Yahweh, we yell Yah's name and the fire spoke. Yahweh, Yahweh. And the world started to choke. Yahweh, we yell Yah's name.
Shalom, shalom, Shabbat shalom. I'm glad you made it back to Rooted in Hebrew. My name is Mike. Shabbat shalom, Brother Kenneth, Brother Earl, and Brother Robert. Somebody, OG bad boy. Yes, I own the video and the song. Yes, I do. I've been had that for a moment, but I just decided to release it. But to welcome you all back to Rooted in Hebrew. We're talking about the system operations. Now, what Trump is, here we go again. Oh no. Now, what this, man, you gotta be joking me. That's gonna go off. The system that's going, Shabbat Shalom, this is a Van P. I'm glad you made it in, sis. This system operation and what these people are doing, they're scared. They're discombobulated. I'm doing good, Brother Earl. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's Brother Earl. I never seen them so scared. Sister Shabbat Shalom, Sister Anita Williams, and Sister Angela. I'm glad you came in, sis. Hold on just for a moment. I just got a message. Okay, let me do it this way. A brother sent me a message a couple of days ago, and it was Trump talking about, comparing Obama to a monkey. That's fear. That is absolutely fear speaking. When you feel you ain't got no way out, you just start barking a whole lot louder, hoping that things are that fear that used to work is not working any longer. Shabbat Shalom, faith, hope, and love. Corinthians 13. I'm glad you was able to make it in. That's fear. That's that system operation. Now I went in, I know I took that S off of systems because there's only one system, but many operations. There are a whole lot of operations, and not one of them is superseding the awakening. Not one operation is slowing it down. And I'm going to give you a good example of what I'm talking about, brothers. To slow it down, and we got to go back. And I got to go back to this here. We got to look at the place that we came up at compared to where we're from. We're the only two places on this planet where they did experiment on a people. Syphilis was one they used here amongst so-called black people. Bill Clinton came back out and he apologized for what they did. Now, over there in Africa, what did they do? They dropped HIV. That's what they did. They dropped it, hoping that it can slow that birth rate down. The Most High allowed it, but he wanted to, and at the same time, it was really going to be for his glory because our people still living. Although it's not a comfortable way of living, he's showing his hand. No matter what man think he can do, it doesn't faze the Most High. And this is what we're seeing. We went through a whole lot of things. Brothers over there in Africa are going through the same thing, just on a different piece of land. That's all it is. This system that they pushed out, brothers and sisters, this is absolute reversal of fear. What they may have been nudging of fear some years ago. No, it's reality now. It is absolutely, it's hard hitting. And they know something is about to pop off. Now, this here with this picture of him, Michelle Obama, and Obama looking like monkeys. Man, please. Have you all ever seen a shaved monkey before? What color is a shaved monkey. I'm talking about when you take all the fur off. Do you all know what color that monkey is? It's white. It's white. Now, I'm not going to call white people monkeys. But truthfully, yeah, there you go, Brother Dave. It's white with thin lips. Brother Dave had to bring those lips in. Because people, the world always, they talk about they don't talk about our lips in a bad way, but they say we have full lips, which is true. And I understand what Dave is saying here. Dave be hitting people kind of hard, I tell you. But he's telling the truth. Thin lips. And see, this is that shaming moment that just flat out do not work any longer. We look at this stuff. And now, back in the days, yeah, it got us upset. We just look at them and we laugh at them because we understand what's going on. They have used and abused a people where we just stand back, we just look at them. Because now, truthfully, when you stand back and you start looking at people, they start to question you now because you're not reacting. You're not reacting. We're not reacting like we used to do. Now they're very concerned. Where's these Negroes getting this strength from? That what we say to them, it doesn't faze them. Where's they getting this from? Is this coming from this wokeness? That's the question. That's that fear that's lingering inside of them. That's that fear. And that's what's happening. They done pushed out something that they can't handle. They've been pushing this out for a while. I mean, brothers, we can go back into biblical times. Nation was always plotting against Israel. And they have been plotting right down to this very day. They still plotting. What makes you tick? What foods do you like? It ain't the fact that they just want to make sure they have the right seasoning and things of that nature to make you feel good, that your belly is full. No, they're looking at something a whole lot more sinister. This is what this world is doing. Everything that you say and do on this cell phone, brothers, is what they use against you. Wait a minute. Well, you know what, Brother Earl? And you're right. He didn't. But he did do it for the how can I put this? The alphabet. Yes, he did. They got a crime bill and everything. Brothers, we've been here, over 400 years, and we still do not have a crime bill. Pixie Dust, where you been? Good night. You make it. You seem like a superstar coming up in this chat. Where you been? I'm glad you came in, sis. Yeah, but this is what's happening. This is fear at its birth for the nation. And now, Brother Earl, yes, I do agree with you on that. I do. But the thing that people we look at, this is what we do. We look at, although Obama is mixed, he's still, we still call him black. From a bloodline, he's not Negro. Now, his wife may be a different story, but we associated him with us because of his skin color. That's what we do. And so, yes, we get affected by that because we know exactly where it's coming from. That's what we do know. We've been dealing with this stuff. What? Whew, man, please. The nation's been plotting way back in biblical time. And this is now it's more concrete evidence of what the Most High kept telling Israel. Do not mingle with the nations. They are up on a whole nother level. A level you do not want to go down that road. Can you imagine the Most High was saying this thousands of years ago to his people? And it got down to us, for us to say, huh, the Most High was correct. That's what it took. It took us to get into the system. It took us to go into captivity to believe what the Most High was saying. That's what it took. Brothers, when I say we dance in the middle of the street with the devil, we were two-stepping, cabbage patching. You call it, we was dancing with the devil, and we did. We danced with the devil. But the Most High had been saying that long ago. But we're those people that can vouch that the Most High, what he was saying that to our forefathers was on point, because we have that experience. But this is what it took. This is what it took. It took us to get into a system, and they start operations on us to break us down. This is what if you think I'm joking, brothers, let's look back at history as the operation of a world. And I ain't just talking about no one nation. We talking about a world. Why? Judah went to the four corners. There are so many different operations out here, brothers and sisters. It is unbelievable. All set against you, us. Now, some people say, "Oh, you over dramatic and things like that." No, I'm not over dramatic. I'm not. They have done some things that is downright, it's demonic. They have done and still doing it. Still doing it. Brothers and sisters, I would not be surprised that one day we're going to hear about from all of these sisters that's been coming up missing for years. For years. It's going to explode. Something's going to get tipped off. Hey, they're operating on your people over here. I seriously believe that, because these sisters don't come up missing like that, bruh. Black women come up missing, man. They may throw 8 hours into an investigation. After that, they write them off. Oh, you're right there. You know, Sister Pixie does, yeah. This is what the Most High been saying for thousands of years. Now, when we get down to this time in which we live in, now this is the devil. The devil is a pimp. Let's not forget that. He's a pimp. Now, you go to these commercials, they showing blacks and white, like husband and wife. I mean, I seen one that the alphabet, it was two women. One was black, one was white, and they portraying they had an interracial child. This is the devil. But now when we wake up and then we say, you know what? Although it was thousands of years ago that the Most High was telling us to do what we need to do, we woke up to it and we started doing it. Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Sister Melody. I'm glad you came in today, sis. This is what we started to do. And the world said, oh no, those laws are done away with. This is demonic. Now they speak churches, religion speaks against you and your awakening to what you believe, what your faith is, and they're attacking it to draw you back against what the Most High was saying about from thousands of years ago. Now we about let's live it. They don't want you to live that. The devil do not want you to live that. This is what we are experiencing right as we speak. What Sister Pixie does talking about being separate, it is an absolute blessing. The more we feed into it, the better off we're going to be. I'm serious. Now, what we have been fighting for, the world is trying to give it. We was talking about during the civil rights era, being equal, being treated like a person, being treated like a grown man. They're trying to dress it up a little bit different. They want to treat you like a man, but only so far. They want to treat you with some respect, but only so far. Because they don't want you to step too far out of place that you're above them. Because there's a fear. The dirt that they practice, is a fear factor for them. They have to be having in their mind, and I'm quite sure the Most High put it in them. What if my people rose up and did the same thing that you are doing to them? Man, please, that's a nightmare for the world. That's a nightmare for the world. And they got to be around here having that type of thinking. But all the things that they have been doing, it has come right back up on them in their face. Now, it takes a bold person, they do, to get up there. And don't get me wrong. Trump is what? He speaks. Whatever is on his mind, he speaks it. Other presidents, they're speaking in private. I mean, what? We pretty much knew it. I mean, what? I mean, whether you behind closed doors or you're out in public, you're going to do your dirt. That's one thing they have done. That's one thing they had in common. And they still doing dirt. When, the Most High said he was willing to forgive Babylon, but she was not willing. She is not willing. So, the Most High said he got to lay their hand. And when he laid their hand, it's going to be a backhand. Somebody going to feel some knuckles. Somebody going to feel some knuckles. That backhand going back, please. That eye and that lip will be bubbled up. Hey, I know Dave said they got thin lip. They won't have no thin lip then. Their lips going to be absolutely full. But this is what's happening. They've done so much dirt. The Most High is talking to his people. And brothers and sisters are responding to what the Most High is saying. Now, truthfully, the Most High he is a person. I ain't gonna say what, is a person who give out warnings. And he's warning the nation. And brothers, I tell you, the things that brothers and sisters are putting out there, although it's biblical and it's true. They got to be in a world that is absolutely, I see why they digging holes now. That's that fear. That's that fear that they pushed upon us. Let's go back to slavery. Well, our brothers and sisters, when they spoke to the slave catchers or slave master or whatever, they kept their head down to the ground. That was prophecy. That was prophecy. And for you brothers and sisters, when you look at those movies, I spoke about this once before. You're going to see a weeping willow. That is prophetic. That's where we held our hearts. If you go and you start looking at some of the old slave movies, even the new ones, you go always in those movies, you go see that tree. If you think I'm joking, look up weeping willow the trees. And you're going to see us always associated with those trees in these movies. They know who you are. They were saying it years ago. I mean, Roots was like the first movie I ever known. But if you go back and look at Roots, the boy is 70 something, you're going to still see those trees. You're going to see them. They represent captivity. These people was telling you who you was, but we didn't know. We were still asleep. It was not that time for us to awaken out of that sleep. Now, the Most High woke us up, and I mean good night. We woke up. We woke up, and the world can't handle that. They cannot handle it. This is that operation that they have always managed to hold it down. Now, Sister Pixie Dust, you about right. I thought maybe I was like the only one because it'd be a lot of what did they call it? A lot of stuff hanging from it, like it looked kind of creepy, like a nightmare movie or something at night. But I tell you, brothers, those things are connected to us. Captivity. But this is the thing. What this nation is gearing itself up for, it's always something here, something there. And we are always in this system of doing this operation one step closer to World War III. Always. And there was something else. Now they're getting kind of big. Well, I ain't gonna say getting kind of big. They're looking at the doomsday clock. Everything, brothers and sisters, in this system, it's like everybody. There is a bumping of the heads that's going to take place. Something that the world is seeing, or there's a spirit in the air that the world feels something is about to happen. They just seeing the anguish of nations. They seeing a people, a government just haywired. They're trying to figure out this person whom they gave him the power to do what he wanted to do. They gave that to him, I think it was last year. Congress gave it to him. Now, when I say Congress, listen to me, brothers. Democrats, Republicans, all the same gave him that power. They two different parties, same body. I never seen a body divided before, but this is one of them. This is a division which they have always caused between us and our families. When I say family, I'm talking about us as a whole. You got certain Africans that do not like African Americans. You got Haitians who don't care for African Americans. You got Nigerians. You got all that. You got some Americans who don't like Africans. This is the hate that they brought in and divided us up. Now they are. Hold on. No, I didn't hear about that. Wait a minute. Hold on, sis. Iran? Wait a minute. I mean, didn't they already strike Iran? Didn't they go do it again? This is what I'm talking about, sis. This is that fear. They don't know who to fight now. They just so accustomed to fighting. They don't know who they wants to fight. It was Venezuela. They was claiming that they were bringing drugs. I'm trying to figure out what happened to 1985. Who brought that in? This is crazy, but this is what we got to contend with. This is the greatest division, brothers and sisters, that the Most High said he's going to put up on them. Now, oh, wait, whoa. I misread that, then, sister. I most definitely did. Hold on. Shh. Sister, you know what? And I'm going to take this back to the pixie dust. We're going to go back to, what was it, 2 or 3 years ago? What was the name of it? Leave the World Behind. I think that actor name is Kevin Bacon. And he said it when the black guy and the white guy was looking for some medicine for his son. And, you know, his teeth just started falling out of his mouth. Matter of fact, he just grabbed one that came out. That particular scene. And Kevin Bacon said, what? You know, the United States made a lot of enemies throughout the years in many places. Is it not common sense for those nations to pull together? Is it not common sense for those nations to pull together to take down? This is what they were saying in the movies. Now, Sister Pixie Dust, I can believe it. Now, but I don't think it's going to be Iran by itself. Now, that's one thing. I don't believe it's going to be Iran by itself, because if you look into the book of Obadiah, in the book of Obadiah, the scriptures clearly states that the United States is going to be tricked by its own allies, people or nations that it is accustomed to, that it may be some kin to. And if it goes down like that, truthfully, I think it's going to be more than one country. That's just me now. I seriously believe it's going to be more than one. They're right here picking fights with different countries and things of that nature. But yet and still, it would seem that how can I put this? That this country gave Russia a doorway to do what they need to do in Iran, in Ukraine. Oh, you gotta be joking. Hold on just for a moment. I'm sorry, I'm back. But like I was saying, I don't think that it's going to be one country. If it be one, it's going to be a massive one. But I seriously doubt it will be one. And at the same time, because now we're going to look in the book of Revelations. If we go into the book of Revelations, it speaks about Babylon being destroyed, and how the world is going to be affected by its destruction. You know, it's talking about, buying and selling and everything, because, hey, the United States had that power. And where did that power start at? I mean, although we was no part of the movement of money, that started with us. They was buying slaves. That's how they started their conquest, as you may say, to be a global entity when it comes to money. Now, they done so much dirt, done a lot of dirt. Domestic, international, dirt. This is what they done. Now we go way back thousands of years ago when the Most High said, "No, you do not want to mingle with this nation. Do not make an marriage alliance with these nations." All of that, brothers and sisters, is slapping us in the face. And I'm not saying it with a disrespect, but it's slapping us in the face to let us know the Most High been saying that thousands of years ago. Now, if you are one of these awakened ones, you know exactly what you need to do. You know what type of lifestyle you're supposed to be living. You know who you are supposed to be marrying. You know these things. Yeah, granted, the Most High did say salvation came to the Gentiles due to Israel's disobedience. Oh, yes, well, we was what's the word? We was comatose. We did not know we was those people. And we just lived life. The Most High allowed that with grace. But when he broke that, when he started to say dry bones rise, when that came out, oh, salvation started to look dimmer. Because now the Most High, he put the word out. Wake up, Israel. When you wake up, you go back to laws. So salvation came to the nation. Yeah, we here. Salvation. When we went into slavery, captivity, that was salvation for the nation. The Most High knew he was going to save his people. It was already prophesied. Now, here we are with this awakening. Now, this is to the nations. This is to the nation. If the nation are choosing to continue to persecute the Most High's people, so be it. But the day is going to come. The day is going to come when he says, what Yahushua said in Matthew, he says he's going to give out the call for his angels to collect all of his people and put them back in their land. Brothers and sisters, salvation is gone from captivity to wherever we are at on the four corners of this earth. When the Most High said he's going to get his people, if we're not there, somebody will get hemmed up. This is going to be a lonely time for the nations. They took for granted your talent, your inventions, your line of thought. This is what the world did. They showed exactly how they felt about you and your captivity. Now, this is the kicker. We did the same thing to the Most High. Everything the nation done to us, we did it to the Most High. We took his love for granted. Now we know how it feels. We know exactly how it feels. That's the beauty of it. Because now the Most High said, I'm going to put my people in my position. And he did. The hurt, yeah, we got that. I talked to one brother. And his hurt, I be like, dude, hold on. Because his hurt, or whatever concern he may have, he be going down roads I'm not even trying to. So when I speak about the Most High, I don't curse in conversations, period. I don't. But he gets out of control with it. And I said, dude, whenever you speaking about the Most High, you say you believe in you believe there is a God. I say you need to approach him with a reservation of respect. That's because it ain't you that wake you up. It's him that wakes you up. But he kept on and kept on and kept on. I said, you know what, bro? So I had to leave. I was working. We was working on some sites together, and I like, man, let me just go ahead and switch to another site. But that's a very dangerous position to be in. A very dangerous position. But you do have some individuals out there like that. And at the same time, just going back, the disrespect that we showed the Most High, and especially our forefathers when Yahushua was on this, walked this earth. Yes, we did. And everything that he went through, brothers and sisters, we was hanging from trees too. Yeah, they lied on him. They lied on us. They lied on us. Whatever Yahushua went through, brothers and sisters, we went through it too. We did. And what's killing about this nation is this. They didn't care if you was an old man or baby boy, baby girl. From old man down to the babies, they showed exactly how they felt about us. That's what they did. We had to go through that. It was a necessity. In order for us to feel what Yahushua went through, we have to go through the same thing. He said it. They hated me, they're going to hate you. And if you think you're going to come into this world and say, and be of that bloodline, Israel, that you're not going to be affected, man, Yahushua, the Most High, is not going to be made a liar. You're going to go through something. And if you don't go through something, you're doing some demonic lying. And you may be getting yourself hemmed up. But don't get me wrong, it happens. What did Judas do? Yahushua said it. It would have been better for him not to be born. The one who betrayed the most Yahushua. He said it would have been better for that man not have been born. That's deep. That is, whew. But yet and still, he got himself hemmed up in that position. And the thing about it now, this. Yahushua gave a warning out. He gave him a warning. He gave a warning out. And yet, Judas still kept going forward. He didn't feel remorse until that spirit came in and condemned him. That's when it got real with him. But he was a tad bit too late. And the thing is, brothers and sisters, we shouldn't be, let's just take the warnings. If there's a warning that comes out to us, brothers and sisters, take it. Take it. The same thing that happened to Judas can happen to us right down to this day, 2026. It can happen to us right as we speak. We have that spirit or power of free will. Free will. Did not the Most High warn Cain? I was about to say Abel. The Most High, he warned him. Shabbat Shalom, Sister Cynthia. I'm glad you came in, sis. He warned him. He said, man, don't let sin get the mastery of you. Just go ahead and do this here. And I will bless you too, just like I bless your brother. But what got to Cain? What got to Cain? And this stuff still affects us right down to this very day. Jealousy. Jealousy. He let jealousy get the best of him. And brothers, that stuff it is affecting us right as we speak right down to this very day. You may have a brother who can teach real good. You can have a brother who can teach real good or a sister who can teach real good and break things down that a newborn baby can understand. Then you may have a brother out of jealousy trying to find something to throw shade on that sister or brother. This is what we got to contend with. This is part of that awakening. This is what the things we got to weave and bob through until the Most High said, it is enough. These are the things we got to go through, brothers. You want to hear some brothers and sisters say some things. No, you be like, no, that don't sound right. But this is what the Most High said was going to happen. He said, you want to have false prophets, and we have them. We got to have a discerning ear, a discerning heart. When you want to do something, brothers, you got to have a want to be with Most High. If you don't have no want, you just living day by day. But when you want something and the Most High woke you up and you want this awakening, yes, that's when life gets real. But when you want this awakening, trust and believe, the devil is going to come upon you. He's going to recognize that spirit being upon you because this is what you want. And when you want the Most High, you're going to get the devil's attention. You got the devil's attention. Oh, that's Sister Cynthia. We still got that jealous streak down in us. But now let's not forget this now. In Romans chapter 11, the Most High said he put jealousy within us. That was towards him. For us to come back to him because his love for us. Hey, what nations, or I ain't gonna say nations, I'm gonna say those I put jealousy within us to come back to him. So when you start seeing other nations or nationalities come to the Most High and you know you are of the Most High, this is what he is looking at. He wants his people. But if you all know, you know exactly how we gets down. Some of the stuff we do, brothers and sisters, will work your last nerve. I mean, let me just fall back a little bit. We can be, let me do it this way. This is brother I'm working with. Never know him. It's a brother. And he was talking about how we as black people, we need to stick together. I said, yeah, that's true. I said, then we go into the problematic conversations and things of that nature. Oh, it's easy to talk about brotherhood, sisterhood, until you just get into it. So now, I'm a lead technician. Now, this is one thing I've always told myself with this awakening, that is. When I woke up, I made it my aim to respect my brothers and sisters off the top. They may have gotten on my last good nerve, and yet I need to move on or some in order to find a measure of peace. That was just my mentality. This is my mentality, rather. So now, we working. And I said, hey, I need for you to, now I'm in a lift. Now, when I say a lift, this is like it's like a jack. And it takes me up to the ceiling, like a 20-foot ceiling, 30-foot ceiling. So it's a machinery that takes me up and down. So it's sometime you may run into some object on the ground, you need to move. So I had to yell down to him and say, hey, man, can you move that? So he's feeling, rather, I ain't gonna say felt, he's feeling that I'm trying to tell him what to do. I said, brother, take it the way you want to take it. This is a job. I'm not here demeaning you. I said, but now you the type of person that still had a slave mentality. See now, if I was white, I won't have this out of you. Because as soon as I say something to you, you're going to do it. But when there's a brother whom you call a brother, you feeling in your little bitty head that somebody is commanding you around. You have your mentality reversed. That's slavery, brothers. That's slavery. And we still suffer. Some of our brothers still suffer from that. But if you can't give respect to your own people, you're still stuck in slavery. When you say, hey, you can talk about this here, and you can talk about that, you can talk about the political atmosphere all you want, until you make it up in your mind that you want to respect your brothers and sisters to the most extreme cases, you will get yourself hemmed up with your own people. Please let me know if I'm lying. And it's sad. And it's sad, but it's a strength that they have embedded in us. And this is what I hear. Some brothers and sisters, they comment on that we have change still on our minds, and we do. Some of us, we do. I see it within my family. I see the change. I see the change, and it's sad. But like I said, when we have all of these obstacles that we got to maneuver, you got to maneuver these obstacles with this awakening. And I mean, it's going to test your nerve. It's going to test your nerve. And brothers and sisters, there's some people that's not woke, and they don't think nothing of this awakening. They're not there yet. They're not there yet. They're going to do exactly what their flesh been telling them to do. If the nation said, hey, you know, hate your people, they have embedded that in us. But brothers, this is my encouragement. Make it your aim to stop that mentality within yourselves. The more we fight to respect us, the stronger you become. Now, don't get me wrong. If you decide to take that up, the devil will be right there beside you. You will think y'all walking down the aisles of matrimony, because he is trying to break your spirit. He's going to be with you until, just like with Job. He came upon Job. He's going to come upon you. He knows the spirit that the Most High put upon his people. He sees the ones he need to go after. He know you. He knows what your desire is. And he's seeing that light. He's trying to dim your light. And the more we understand that, brothers, the better off we're going to be. You know what? Let me tell you something, Sister Pixie does. That to a degree, there is I would say there is a yes and a no to that statement. I'm gonna tell you the reason why I say that, Sister Pixie does. Mentally, yes, we do. Spiritually, it is absolutely impossible. I'm gonna tell you the reason why I say impossible. The Most High says he's the only one who can heal us. That's the reason why I will say that. Us coming to do it upon our own flesh ain't gonna happen. The Most High knows his people. Who was that? What was that prophet name? It was a prophet, and maybe you all can help me out. It was a prophet. The Most High told him to get like some soldiers. He got some soldiers. He got a whole lot of them. Matter of fact, he did. I think it was like 300,000. The Most High said, no. If they go in there and they fight that war, they gonna think they won that war. The Most High letting them know. No, they don't need to know. They will get themselves hemmed up with me. That's all he said. He said, Send some of them home. He said the one that bend down and the one that stoop down, how they drink the water, the Most High said, you send those back. Because he wanted to show his people that it's me you need to be relying upon. He knows his people. And if we pull together, brothers, listen to me, if we pull together, brothers and sisters, as a people, do you really think that we're going to be looking towards the Most High? No, you won't. You will not do it. You will think you did something upon your own. You will think you did all of this up on your own flesh. Shabbat shalom, Brother Galen. Hope everything's going all right with you, brother. It's been a moment since I spoke with you, man. I hope everything is going well with you, you and Sister Kathy, and your son. This is the thing. This is why I say that Sister Pixie does. It's that it's going to be the Most High. He's going to show us in. Because truthfully, no, brothers, we are located globally. How can we globally unite? It is absolutely impossible. It cannot be done. The Most High is the only one that can do that. Yahushua said he's going to give out the call to his angels to collect his people and put them back in their place. Why are we going back to one place, brothers? It's to regroup as a nation. That's the Most High. Gideon, that you right, Sister Cynthia. I knew I knew somebody go get it. Gideon, yes, that's who that was. And he came right in, did what the Most High asked him to do, and they won that war. But it had to be the way the Most High wanted to do. 300,000 when it went out there and they, conquered them, they was not going to look at the Most High. They was not, brothers. But with this greater exodus, oh yeah, it's going to get your attention. Not just your attention, it's going to get the world's attention. When in essence, when it's all over said and done, the world is going to know, this is the Almighty who's doing this. It is absolutely impossible for any man to put this together. And it's going to give off a signal to us that, hey, the Most High y'all did this. That's how he landed his plane, as you want, some may call it. It's going to be known, this is him. Yeah, that's me doing this. Not flesh and blood. Israel has always had that issue. And then you may see some brothers and sisters go through some trials and tribulations because the Most High wanted it to happen. What? Brother Gannon, hold on. Y'all sold the farm? Well, I ain't mad at you, brother. I mean, wow. I hope the Most High continue to bless you, brothers. You and your wife and your son. I tell you, I know you wanted to sell the farm and everything. Wow, that's good, brother. I'm serious. But I tell you, brothers and sisters are making decisions based on their faith and what, how they want to move. And I'll say Brother Galen is one of them. They had the farm, and then they wanted to move anything. They wanted to not move the farm. You Panama? I know a brother that stayed there too, man. He told me he did not want to come back. His only reason he came back, brother, is because something about his visa ran out. Something he had to come back, and he got stuck when he came back. He got stuck. He said, man, he been regretting it for a moment, a couple of years now. But I've been hearing a lot of brothers saying they want to move to Panama. I tell you, brothers, sisters, this is that fleeing moment. We seeing things, brothers. We feeling things. And brothers and sisters are moving. I mean, I seen one sister, she was posting something. She told me she moving to somewhere in Asian land, Thailand or something. I'm serious. Brothers and sisters are getting up out of here. They're getting up out of here. They're seeing the danger. But hey, at the same time, there was a warning. Also in Matthew and Luke. Yahushua said, when you're starting to see these things happening, flee. That's what he said. Flee. He didn't say go to Africa, but he said flee. And if that's part of your fleeing, so be it. If it's Panama, so be it. Because it's just like who is that? Who was that telling me about Iran? If that goes down the way it's going to go down, yeah, we don't want to be here. We do not want to be here. But for me and Brother Galen, I call that open door moment. And when that door opens up, oh yeah, yes, that's when your faith kicks in. That's that open door moment, brothers. When those moments and those doors open up, brothers, and you have it in your head and you have it in your mind, you have it in your heart, or what you want to do and what you need to do, give glory to the Most High and get the moving. Give glory to the Most High and get them moving. That's that open door moment. When you know for a fact that you wanted to flee, you want to get, man, please. And the Most High knows his heart. He knows your heart. And he's going to give you, because his name is attached to what you're thinking. You told me to leave. Can you imagine this now? The Most High, he's telling you to leave. You recognize, you seeing the writing on the wall. You see the writing on the wall. And you saying to the Most High, you telling me, you told me to flee. How can I leave? I'm hemmed up. I'm stuck here. Trust and believe. The Most High is going to open that door for you. But when he open that door, you best know you need to get up and get out. Got to be paying more than the usual attention to how the Most High is talking to you. And it's going to be blatant. It's going to be blatant. Yes, you know what, Brother Galen? That's the thing that's very concerning to me. That door is slowly closing. And who was that? I think it was, I forgot the sister who said that. But she was saying that, Iran was talking about JD Vance, talking about they a potential strike. That's that closing of the door. I don't want that moment. That's just me. That's just me. But when the Most High said, and then for other brothers and sisters, this, are you joking me? Hold on just for a moment. I'm sorry, and I'm back. But that's the thing. What Brother Galen is saying, that door is closing. Now, brothers, if you all want to look at talking about scriptures being right there in front of your face, this is that moment. This is that moment. Now, if you have a desire to flee, trust and believe. The Most High knows it. He knows you have that desire. And he's going to see to it, because he is not going to be made to be a liar. Now, don't sit there and think you go sit up here and think you go fool the Most High. I want to flee. I want to flee. I want to flee. And you know good and well good and well you don't want to flee. You know for a fact you love it here. You ain't going to fool the Most High. It's not going to happen. Whew. They can sit right here and play that. Please. Play that role if they want to. But this is just me, brothers. I think it's that fleeing moment. And if you're paying attention to the scriptures, and you're looking at the scriptures for what the scriptures are, yeah, you're gonna know exactly what you need to do. And it's just Brother Galen, I take my hat off to you, brother. I do. Brother, this is the reason why I'm traveling from one state to another state to another state. Right now, that this is, if this is the way I have to show the Most High, this is what I'm trying to do. And think I got to do it this way. But myself, I'm in that fleeing moment too. I pray about it. I'm quite sure a lot of brothers and sisters, they pray about it. And it's going to happen. It's going to happen. This is a very serious time in which we're living in. And for those, and don't get me wrong, I heard brothers and sisters say, no, I'm going to wait on the Most High. I take my hat off to you. I take my hat off to you. And I'm not going to be mad at you. Because I do know the Most High said he's going to, gather his people. I got it. But this is just me now, brother. "9/11 shook the world. Well, shook this country, put it that way. It didn't shake my spirit because, that wasn't meant for me. That was not meant for me. It was meant for somebody else. But to be up under the same roof, that's a dangerous thing. That's the danger. We are up under the same roof as the people who's causing the trouble. So now it's just like you in the same house, and you went out there and did a bad deal with somebody, and they trying to get back at you. Man, please. And you in the same house? You can be sitting there minding your business, cooking you some beans and rice, and you get a house full of bullets coming, shooting up the house, but they trying to get one person. They know it's advantageous, man. Just knock the whole house down. This is the house we in, brothers. This is the house that we are in. We are in that house. This is the reason why the Most High said, when you catch sight of these things, Brother Galen caught sight of some things. I caught sight of some things. And other brothers and sisters caught sight of some things. Flee to the mountains. Brother Galen just don't know. Whew. I take my hat off to him. I'm jealous. I have a brotherly jealous for him. I wish it was me too. Wow, brothers. This is a moment that we should not be taken for granted. This is the system operations, and we're seeing a system. We're seeing the operations. Truthfully, the operation is falling apart. The system was not maintained, and then it was not going to continue to be maintained because arrogance kicked in. And they said, "Oh, we good for the rest of our lives." That's what the scripture says in Revelation. Bible tells me she will never see mourning, nor death, nor famine. This is the mentality that this system operations moved through life. The Most High is showing them something totally different. Brothers, I tell you, if you look at the scriptures, you see the scriptures are right there in front of your face. Right there in front of you. And yeah, you may have some brothers and sisters saying, I ain't got enough money. Brothers, if that's a concern, you pray about it. Well, if that door opens up before you got money, The Most High he already telling you something. He's been telling us this for years, thousands of years. Trust me, I know exactly what you need. That's what he's saying. Now, if that door opened up for you and that's the situation that you're in, you're going to have to make a faithful decision. You're going to have to make a faithful decision. I don't get me wrong, brothers and sisters. I know we got, we here in captivity. We know what it takes to do this or to do that. And usually, 99% of the time, it has some money. Money is going to be involved. The Most High knows that. I tell you, this is what we need to be doing, paying attention to it. It just might happen in that way. I know one brother and sister, they said they moved to Africa with $2,000 in their pocket. They still there right down to this very day. They still there down to this very day. A modest lifestyle, yes. But now, brothers and sisters, let's not get caught up in the, like some brothers and sisters may do. They want to show you what they went over there in Africa and bought and how they are living. Brothers and sisters, skip over it. Because each and every last one of us is going to have a different play out. You may have, and you may come into a nice bit of money. Brothers and sisters, you ain't got to flaunt it. You ain't got to show the world, oh, you got this particular condo or this house, or whatever the situation may be. It's not about your comfort. This is about your faith in the Most High when it's all over said and done. This is what this is about. You're not going. Brothers and sisters, this is that fleeing moment. If you have a desire to flee, let it be known to the Most High. The Most High go put you on reservation. That's what he's going to do. You got that fleeing moment. You know exactly that you want to get out. You're going to get that. Brother Galen is not the only brother that talked about Panama. There's a lot of brothers and sisters out here I know that talked about Panama. I know one brother that lived there personally, him and his wife and daughter. Because this place is under judgment. Let me just do it this way, Brother Galen. Well, Brother Galen, you know what? You ain't got to type it, man. Do you want me to send you a link and you can explain to the brothers and sisters how you and your wife made this decision and what it was based upon? I will send you the link and to encourage your brothers and sisters. Man, please. Don't play with me. Because this is what we're supposed to be doing for brothers and sisters. Because once this stuff has ran its course and things are on a whole different level, brothers and sisters, where this country may not have had the experience of a bomb coming on it, but brothers and sisters, it seems like that's about to change. Now, let me step back a little bit because I'm not trying to invoke fear. I'm not trying to invoke fear, but I am going to invoke the scriptures. Now, I heard brothers and sisters speak against certain brothers and sisters about flea doctrine. My thing is this. Hold on. I'm sorry, I'm back. Okay, I'm going to send the link right now. It's been a moment. Hold on. I just hold on. All right, there you go, Brother Galen. It's in the chat. It's in the chat. Brothers, we're looking at scriptures right as we speak. And for those that's believing in the Most High, believe on. Hold on to it. If you're seeing, who was that? I think it was Sister Cynthia. They're saying she's seeing things too. Please. It was meant for us to see these things because the Most High knows exactly who he needs to send in this too, because he knows who his people who's going to believe. And he also knows, hold on. Yeah. Shalom, shalom, Brother Galen.
Shalom, my brother and family. How are you all on this wonderful Shabbat day?
Man, I tell you, couldn't even, among the living and trying, yeah, you giving glory to the Most High, man, please. We should be happy, although we living in a wicked world.
We sure are, but you know, he's overcome the world, right?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
And we're more than conquerors in Messiah, who saved us, loved us, and sets us free. So, you know, we have to walk in that. I also have my dear brother and friend and brother-in-law with me, so he may chime in as he's led of the Ruach HaKodesh. His name is Pastor Tim, and so he's here with me. I'm actually here at his house. Kathy and I have left, as y'all have been hearing, Mississippi. You know, we really let everything materially go. And you know, one of the things I appreciate Tim's wife, Sister Phyllis, last night as we were sharing Shabbat Eve together, you know, just talked about how it's so important to really let go of material things from your heart. You know, and one of the things that was said, I'm gonna step over here for just a minute. If you ever want to jump in, just come on, okay? Okay. One of the things that was said, and brothers and sisters, this is what we got to really take seriously. You know, we often say, and I say it as a preacher, you know, we preach and say things like, if y'all never did another thing for me, that would be all right. Now, people got to really come to Yeshua with that, because if he doesn't do another thing for you, are you really all right with it? If you really would lose everything, would you still be okay with him? My wife and I know what it's like to lose that, to end up investing everything financially and physically into this project that we call the Land of Goshen and Yehuda Farms, and ended up $50,000 behind. No money left, nothing. We worked it, but we kept, what was our theme song again? I know we're going to make it. Brothers and sisters, you have to come to that place in your heart, in your mind, in your resolve that Abba's with you, that you're with him, and that no matter what happens, you're going to make it. And it's not just words that you say or sing and that's it. It's got to be a word that you live, and he will bring it to pass. He will bring his will to pass in your life. Yes, and my wife is saying in the background, you know, the way to do it, there's I'm going to give y'all 2 legs to stand on, because you got to stand on at least 2 legs. Mm-hmm. The first leg, and my brother Tim and I were talking about this morning, the first one is know the word, the living word and the written word. Know that. Get the word in your heart, the scripture, but more importantly, have the living word, the Messiah, in your heart. The second part of that leg is know the Ruach HaKodesh. He said in the word that he would lead you and guide you into all truth. And then the third part of that first leg is, what does wisdom say? How do I apply the word and the spirit that I've heard that's in my heart? The second leg that you stand on is this: love him with all your heart, your soul, your mind, and your strength, and your brothers and sisters as yourself. Second part of this second leg is faithfulness. Are you loving him and then being faithful to him? Truly faithful. Third part is worship him. You worship him with your whole soul. And then the last part of that second leg is obedience. Obey him in all things. If you walk on those two, with those two legs in mind, you will live the abundant life, even when the Bible says that no weapon formed against you. It doesn't mean that there aren't weapons formed against you. There are weapons formed against you. What it says is if you walk this way, they'll not prosper. Paul picks that up in Ephesians chapter 6, right? Putting on the whole armor of Yah, the helmet of salvation, breastplate of righteousness. Have your loins girded about with truth. You know why your loins need to be girded about with truth? Is because the loins are the area of reproduction. And if you're not faithful in the area of where your reproductive organs are, if I can say it that way, you will reproduce lust and sin and everything else. Have your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of shalom. Pick up the shield of faith that's able to quench the fiery darts or the weapons of the enemy that are formed against you. And above all things, take the sword of the Spirit. That's, brothers, is how we really live. But that's got to be real, not just in word. And I'll leave it at that right there. We'll continue.
But you know, Brother Galen.
Yes, sir.
But like Sister Melody said, you know, she said she's ready, but she don't have the means.
Step out on. Let me tell you something. The Most High always provides. He says that in his word. I will not withhold anything from them that walk uprightly. I'm a father. I will provide. Okay. Really live the 23rd Psalm. Yahuwah is my shepherd. I shall not want for any good or beneficial thing. I guarantee you, if we start looking at the things that we do have differently, and he gives us then the means, he provides the means. You know, we said a moment ago, and I don't know if I gave y'all the number, it's not really, really important, but we were thousands and thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars in the hole. So we by faith and obedience to him worked our way out. He provides. Listen, there's stuff you probably have. Most Black American, most Israelites got more stuff than 20 families in most every other nation. You got stuff to sell. You got things that are within the working of your hands that the Most High can use to prosper you. But see, we may have to change the way we think, the way we approach him and approach what it means to have means. You know, we say simple things like, eat your own food, but don't go out to eat. You'd be surprised. And I'm not saying anybody, I don't know what Sister Melanie does. And, I'm just saying that one thing I'm sure of, Yah has provided sustenance and manna for us all.
Yeah.
He's faithful. So now we just have to take and look, what has he given? What has he put in my sphere of influence? What do I have? If I'm not attached to any of this stuff, I can sell it all. Me and Kathy sold virtually everything we had. We just And if we couldn't sell it, we gave it away, trusting and believing he's going to return that to us. The Bible says, if you give to the poor, you lend to the Lord, to Yahuwah, and he repays. You either live that scripture and trust him for it. That's important. Hold on.
And hey family, Shabbat Shalom. I just want to say that when we decided to put our house up, we didn't know for sure that it was going to sell, but we just did it by faith. And so we just started buying boxes. We just started packing things up.
That's right.
And things just started coming. We had a few people that looked at it, and the realtor had told us, she said, it's slow. The housing market is slow, but we prayed with that realtor and we asked Abba to look upon us and bless us. And
we walked by faith.
You know, there were a couple of people that came out and looked at it, but you know, it was nothing. We didn't get discouraged. We just kept on packing.
And getting rid of stuff.
And then Abba bought the people who he wanted for us to bless and for us to be a blessing. And it just happened.
Yeah. Let me say this as well, Brother Mike. All of us as the children of Yasharal and Yaakov, and particularly of Abraham, we all have to walk and do what Abraham did. Mm-hmm. What did Yah tell Abraham to do? Get up and go, and I will show you. What we have to do is get up and start going in the direction that we believe the Most High wants us to go in.
And another thing is, you can't go anywhere. You can't leave this country without a passport. So, you know, that's the doggone first thing that you have to have. Get a passport if you don't have one. That's a walk of faith.
So just start doing those kinds of things. You know, if you want to leave this country, and we did, start doing the kind of things that by faith say, I'm going to leave this country.
You're saying get yourself prepared to leave.
Start doing. Yeah. Faith is what you do, not what you say. I mean, that's what Abraham showed us. Abraham was justified by works. What he did proved that he believed God. What you do proves that you believe Yeshua's blood was shed for you. It's what you do. So start doing the things that lead to the outcome that he's promised you. Hold on.
Another thing that I want to say, you know, we've never been to Panama. So, you know, we're going to do our due diligence. We're going to find out as much information as we can. We're going to plan, and then we're going to execute it. You know, we're going to ask the Most High to help us execute it. So, you know, there's nobody there that's going to meet us at the airport and say, welcome, we're going to make everything right for you.
He might present somebody that way, but we're not going to go without, you know, we're going to go do it anyway. Mm-hmm. We're going to go. So, you know, that's what trust is. Trust is what you do to show that you believe in him.
You know,
it's what you do. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
You know, the thing that I'm looking at, you know, I mean, we all grew up here, and that's what we was born in. We got accustomed to preparation. You know that it takes this to do that. And for this awakening, that's a faith-bending let's call it an obstacle. Now we talking about leaving a world of captivity. The things that we know works. Now the Most High saying, I woke you up. I need for you to rely upon me. Now I told you about my servant Abraham. You read what he did, and now we are up under that same situation.
That's right. Are you going to have the same faith as your father, Abraham? You know, what we don't want to do is do what our forefathers did when they first got to the wilderness. Start looking back to Egypt and slapping Yah in the face by saying, didn't we have leeks and onions in our captivity? Isn't it better to go back to captivity than to be out here trusting in some God we can't see? Oh, brothers and sisters, it's so much better to be out there trusting a God that you quote unquote can't see than to go back to the devil for what you can see. That's faith. That's faith. Faith is action. Everybody don't start off at the same place. I know there are people who don't have the same quote unquote means. I understand, but biblical faith is each person has bread to eat and seed to sow. That is, Mike, let's just take you and I, for example, okay? I've been a college professor. You work in the tech industry.
Yes.
There may be that's different, but still he's giving you the things you need to go where he wants you to go. Don't look at what somebody else is doing and then compare it and say, well, I'm not them. Look at it and say, if they can do it with what they did, I can do it with what I got, because Yah's faithful to me. So Mike can't look at Brother Galen, or Brother Galen can't look at Mike. Like when you got that, you had gotten, when you came back from Tanzania, you wasn't employed, right?
No, I always have been self-employed, yes.
But then you started getting contracts.
Yeah.
Now I can't look up and say, well, God gave Mike a contract. How come I can't get just an adjunct teaching job? That ain't the way to look at it. That's not right. What I need to say is, I thank Yah that my brother's got a contract. And because he gave my brother a contract, he gonna allow me to do what I can do. He's no respecter person that way. So I don't look up and then not do anything because Mike got blessed as a person who can be self-employed. I say, no, I'm thankful for my brother. I'm gonna figure out what I can do and allow him to do that through me. Like right now, my wife and I moved here. We had to unload this truck. Kathy's body has been hurting. And, when your body's hurting, you're 65 and she don't like taking no medicine, she'll say, gee, I'm hurting. I say, Kathy, I know you're hurting, but I want you to start saying it this way. And she'll say, I'm tired. And I said, I don't want you, don't say you're tired. Say, I'm getting rested. It puts a godly restorative spin rather than the negative spin. I'm not saying you're not hurting, but it creates an atmosphere. What you say becomes part of your reality.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about, brother. I'm gonna tell you a good example is I do a lot of climbing ladders and walking through warehouses and things. And I had the habit of saying, man, my dogs are hurting. What in the world is going on with this computer? My dogs are hurting. But I had to get away from that, man, because I do understand there's a strength in what you speak about. And I have to monitor my sayings. I gotta change things that I say, because I do know that there's a power in it. If I say, well, I'm tired, or whatever situation may be, you gotta, this is just me. In order for what the Most High say, you have the power of the life and death in your tongue.
There you go.
I'm trying to use it to the best of my ability in the most positive way.
That's exactly what we're trying to say. The Bible says you have the power of life and death, and whatsoever you say, that shall be unto you. Yeshua said, if you say to this mountain, be thou removed and cast in the sea, it must obey you.
Yes.
Do y'all believe that? If you do, then act on it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying your mountain is the same size as my mountain, but mountains still need to be moved.
You know what, brother?
Yes, sir.
This fleeing moment, and that's what it is. But let me ask you something, Brother Galen. What got your attention that you decided to say, you know what, we need to leave? Something is just not right. What got you and your wife to think that way?
Well, it's been over the years, you just start observing. And let me just begin with COVID. You know, that's just a good point for all of us. It was a quote unquote a shared experience. And one of the things that is part of COVID is the government and the powers that be in 2015 started telling us that COVID was coming. And they brought it to pass.
Yep.
Bill Gates openly said in a TED Talk that they want to reduce the world's population by 3/4 of the total population through vaccines. So during COVID, my wife and I decided we're not afraid of it, but we're going to respect it.
Yeah.
And so when you start looking at those things and saying they're really carrying out these plans, particularly against us as Yah's people, the Bible says, and I've been teaching this in my Tuesday night class, shameless plug for my class on Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, spiritual food for the Hebrew soul. I'll put that in the chat in just a minute.
Yeah, and then I can post it.
Yeah, but you know, the Bible in, I believe it's Isaiah 46:20 says, Israel, leave Babylon. And then in Revelation, it says, flee Babylon. Okay, if it tells me that, then I need to start doing what it takes. That's what we start looking at. What's going on in this country? What's really happening? Or we went to Africa, my wife is saying. Yeah. And Mike, you know this. We were in Zambia, and we've been to Ghana, you've been to Tanzania. There's every kind of person over there. Them folks are fleeing their countries and going to Africa. And we're like, what's going on that we feel like we have to stay in America? So we just started looking at those things and trusting that that's what he wanted for our lives. That's what the word tells us. Remember that first leg that I told y'all, word, spirit, wisdom. That's what we've been living by. And that second leg is so important. Love, faith, worship, and then obedience. You can't obey the Most High Yah if you don't worship him. If you don't have that godly fear of the Most High Yah. There's so many things that the Bible says about the fear of the Most High Yah. I think it's Psalm 25, 12 through 14. It talks about those who fear him, he will teach and show the secrets of the covenant. So go ahead, hold on.
When we went to Africa and we came back, I got real sick, and it was just a long, long ride. And I just didn't think that I could get back on a plane to do another 20 hours. So we looked around and saw that, you know, what other countries were outside of the United States, but not too far away, you know, because I still have family here. And we saw that, you know, Panama, Costa Rica, you know, they were closer. And so we just started doing a little bit of research on both of them. And one thing is that in Panama, the dollar current exchange is the same as here. And you can also, your insurance, we're on Medicaid, Medicare, that will go over too. They accept that, Social Security. So that made it just a little bit more appealing for us.
Yeah, so you know, brothers and sisters, what we're really trying to say is act on your faith. Faith without works is dead. You know, and so I guess if I could sum up what we're trying to say, it would be that.
You know, I know what you're saying, brother. And, you know, and the sad thing about it is this, that with this awakening, you will have those individuals who want to speak against the fleeing. I mean, although it's there in the scriptures, and Yahushua said, when you catch sight, when you get knowledge that something in this system don't sit well with you, what did he say, Brother Gates? Flee to the mountains.
And you know, Brother Mike, everybody is not going to leave. Everybody don't want to leave, and that's okay. But if Abba opens up a door and you have the means to leave,
He provides you the
leave. If you don't want to leave, that's okay. You know, because he is going to be with those that love him. He's going to be with them.
Yeah.
So no fear whether you stay or whether you leave. But if the opportunity opens and you want to leave, leave.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Sorry.
No fear. No fear. You got to get over your fears, you know, and your comfort zones. See, the devil wants you to be comfortable in misery.
That's one thing I have seen, brothers. That's one thing, and I was speaking about it earlier. It's being comfortable, and that's I could say that can be a drawback for some, you know, and that's the thing I was looking at. And I see
the Bible says that the fearful and unbelieving, they will not inherit.
Hey,
you know, that's the other thing. You know, my wife saying, that shot, man. You know, people did that out of fear. You know, we just like I said, we respected it, but we wasn't afraid of it.
Bruh, I wasn't afraid of it either. I mean, I was like, man, please. And the thing that really got me was I know the history of the country.
Yes. Yes.
And so, but the thing about it, Brother Galen, at that particular time, they knew that we had that drawback, the history of them, and then they used it against us to get that.
That's right.
And I'm like, ain't this about a trip? They go sit me and trying to lighten the load of their doings. And now, what? This is what's happening.
Yeah. And, you know, every round of fear goes higher and higher.
Yeah.
So if you think this first one was scary, you're really going to be scared on the next one now.
Yeah,
don't be afraid.
They're going to push up. Brother, let me tell you something. This is going to be the greatest of all time of fear. This is their weapon that they use to control people. It's fear. All right, when you start seeing these people drop over here and you start seeing people drop over there, and then you and let's not even say you witness them just wasting away. That's that fear.
Yeah.
That's what this. Oh man, this system is demonic. It's absolutely demonic.
You know, Brother Mike, when they decided they was gonna cut the food stamps, look how fearful people got because they thought they wouldn't have food. We've got to learn from, you know, past things. We can't be fearful like that. You know, that fear will drive you to death.
How many
heart attack and a stroke because of fear?
Yeah. How many parents are out there just listening right now? You know, that if your child was hungry, you would not go and get them something to eat. You would do what it took to get them something to eat. Do you think God is less faithful than you? Do you really think the holy Yah of heaven, who you are in covenant relationship with, is going to just let you starve to death? And if he does, don't you know it's better to go that way with him than eating the food of the devil?
You don't know what's in it. That's one thing about it. You don't know what's in it.
So they've already said, you know, people don't believe it, but Henry Kissinger in 1968 wrote a memo. They want to kill black folk with food. And they on that same memo, it's like 100, almost 200 some pages. This thing white paper he wrote. They know, they call the Igbos of Nigeria, where many of us came from,
Mm-hmm.
The wandering Jews, they know it. They know it.
Let me tell you something, brother. I go into these department stores every day, and right now I'm doing a particular name brand store, and I'm looking at the stuff that's coming in. I'm looking at the shelves, and then one delivery said, "Was y'all sure? Y'all was very low on eggs?" He said, "How you know?" Yeah, we got some problems out there. This is what they're saying now.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting themselves geared up for this stuff. It's
Yeah.
I'm out there hooking up equipment, man. that it tells the store, hey, you got this came in, this came in, this came in. And but I'm looking at the other stuff outside of it, and I'm saying, this is a problem. I see exactly what they gearing themselves up for. And when you're talking about food, and people are accustomed to eating, back in the days when they were talking about get you two burgers for this here and everything, they got you in gluttony. Now they got you in a demonic situation. You want food. You want food. And so now let's slow the food up. That's the system.
Yeah, because they'll control you with that. You know, we have been learning and have been doing this for a while. Just eat basically one meal a day. And you know what else? And I haven't been doing it since I went to go visit my family, my son and grandkids in Korea. Mm-hmm. We have been fasting from the 20th to the 30th, of every month. Just getting used to not really having food, so that they can't trick you with that. They can't, yeah, you're going to live. And if, see, we have to be in the same position as our forefathers. What did Azariah, Hananiah, Mishael, we call them Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego. Those are slave names, but nevertheless, they stood before Nebuchadnezzar and said, no matter what, king, we are not going to bow down. We're not going to eat your food. And if you throw us in the fire and he don't rescue us, we still ain't bowing down to you. Mm-hmm. So what happened? They got thrown in the fire. Do we serve a different Yah than they did? The Bible says that our covenant is based on better promises, based on the blood of Yeshua. Do you believe that? Brothers and sisters, you got to answer that question for yourself. Do you really believe that? Or is it just words on a page? Mm. If you don't believe it, get out the way.
Did he get thrown in the fire?
Thank you. Pastor Tim just pointed out, they didn't get thrown in the fire. He said they walked in there by faith. On their own. That's right, because he's so right, exegeting the text. Those guys behind them, they said, turn it up 7 times. When they opened up the door, the Bible says that the fire leapt out and killed the people that brought them there. And the Hebrew boys didn't turn around and run. They walked into the furnace. Thank you, Pastor. Thank you for making that clarity. And the Bible says that they didn't even have the hint of the smell of smoke on them. Woke Nebuchadnezzar up. Ran over there. I can't help myself unless I'm an Israelite. I scream when I preach. Yeah, the son of, he said, I see a fourth. I thought I put 3 of them in there. I see a fourth. Looks like the Son of God. He knew that much. So do we trust and believe? Daniel, he gets put in the lion's den. And the Most High Yah shut their mouths. Jeremiah gets thrown into a sewer with excrement in it. And they say, Jeremiah, mockingly, is there a word from the Lord? And he said, there is. I feel like it's fire shut up in my bones. Isaiah is told in Isaiah chapter 20, walk naked prophesying for Israel as a representative of their shame in front of me. Will you walk naked because the Most High tells you to? Will you do what he tells you to do? This is what faith really is. Yeah, do I, you know what would happen right now? He probably ain't gonna tell nobody to go because they'll put you in jail, right? They'll lock you up. Mm-hmm. But you have to have a willingness.
You gotta have a will.
to go do whatever he tells you to do. I think that was such an important point, Pastor Tim. But they walked in there on their own. They could have turned around and let, nobody was there. They could just, them guys is dead. Yeah, maybe I would have turned around and left. I ain't got to walk in there. Ain't nobody forcing me in there now, but they walked in anyway.
But they faith like, I'm walking.
Faith, preach, Reverend. Faith, he said faith made them walk in it. Walk into the fire. 7 times hotter. He said, you hear me? He said, the king told the king, they were telling the king by their actions, we are determined to walk by faith.
Although in captivity.
Although in captivity. And if you want to be kept, as my wife, and I'm going to throw Phyllis in there, she's laughing in the background, but he'll keep you if you want to be kept. He'll lead you if you want to be led. He'll provide if you want provision. See, this isn't just stuff we preach and get excited about and emotional. It's what you do. Yes, I'm excited. I'm a preacher. I'm an Israelite. I talk loud when I get excited. But the truth is, are you going to live what you say? Are you going to live what you say? Again, I'm gonna bring Phyllis up. Last night, you know, she talked about how she said, I can see the Most High changing my life. I don't feel the same way I do about stuff. I don't get hurt over things like I used to. That ministered to me. How we gonna live? Are we gonna be the same that we were yesterday, the day before, last year, 10 years ago? Are we gonna be growing by faith? Are we gonna walk in it? Brothers and sisters, this is the time. The Bible says, pray that you are found worthy to escape the testing that's coming upon the whole world, and that you will be able to stand before the Son of Man. That's the word. Not with knees trembling and buckling, standing by faith, trusting and believing. Yeah, it's you know, I would tell my students all the time, you know, my wife and I tell each other, honey, if they put a gun to my head, don't you give in. If you see them kill me, don't you give in, because I'm going to be with the Master. Listen, that's faith. That's what the Bible talks. You gonna walk into that anyway?
Because it's coming.
It's coming. It's actually here.
When it's all over said and done, it's gonna come.
When they put your head in a guillotine, what you gonna do? You're not gonna turn. You can't turn then. There's no turning back. You cannot, in that situation, not trust him, because there's no repentance for that. At least as I understand it. But I want to have the kind of faith as even they cut my head off, I'm not going with the devil.
But it's that moment, brother.
See, read Hebrews 11 and 12 for what it really says. There were people who were sawn in two, fed to lions, dealt with by the edge of the sword. Women received their loved ones back to life again, which means they were killed. Read that text, not just read it, live it, breathe it, understand it. Thrown to wild animals in the gladiator pen. That was us. It was our people. There's a story of a woman named Thecla who had just given birth. And the story is that her shirt were wet with the dripping of her breast. The milk of her breast. Mm-hmm. And there was an older man who, you know, was just going to he was going to get torn up. The law of substitution said that they could substitute somebody in the gladiator pen for another person. She substituted herself for that man because he was too afraid to go in there. And she went in, bowed on her knees, and raised her hand to the Most High Yah and started singing praises to the Most High Yah. And they let the animals loose. And the other believers, the other Hebrews started singing what they nailed down too, and started singing and praising the Most High Yah while the animals were ripping them apart. And that's one of the things that made the gladiator ring stop, because there was no more joy in watching them run from the animals. They were down there bowing before the Most High Yah.
I seen a picture depicting that.
Yeah, it wasn't a white woman; it was a black woman.
Yeah, I know the picture. I would look. It was white, but I learned how to substitute all of that.
Yeah, that's our people.
Yeah,
that's the faith that you need to walk in. That's the faith I want to grow some more in. I want to be like my cousins, my uncles, Azariah, Hananiah, Mishael, as Pastor Tim just really pointed out. I'm glad he did. They walked in there anyway. They walked in there anyway. Brothers and sisters, do you hear that on this Shabbat? They walked in anyway to prove that Yah's faithful and that the king had no power over them.
They were looking for fear. They was looking for fear to reign supreme.
So you think, brothers and sisters, if he provided for them, that he won't provide for you?
He don't change.
He's a God. He's the same Yah yesterday, today, and forever.
And will always be.
If he was faithful to his people then, don't you think he'll be faithful to his people now? Go ahead, brother. No, go ahead.
You know, when you say these things, brother, and I do know what some of the things that we go have to battle.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, it's gonna be this captivity with what things we got accustomed to. But with this awakening, the Most High didn't change. I don't care. It's been thousands of years. He's still the same. And with this awakening, he expects us, hey, I woke you up. Do you believe me?
Yeah.
Do you believe me? Are you going to move it this way? And so, I mean, this is not no guilt trip either now. This is not a guilt trip.
That's right. That's exactly right. The whole this is encouragement.
Right.
To say, you know, and here's the other thing, right? I was reading I've been reading the Gospel of Isaiah. That's what I've been calling it in my class and in my teaching. It is the good news. And I was just sharing with Pastor Tim this morning, you know, that if all you had was the Gospel of Isaiah, you would know the whole biblical story. But one of the things that it says there, I believe it's chapter 10 and 11, it talks about him destroying the wicked. But brothers and sisters, he's going to destroy the wicked amongst us too. Yeah. Because the Bible says only a remnant is going to make it. Why? Remember what Messiah said. Who was he talking to when he said, wide is the gate that leads to destruction, and many be there that find it. And narrow is the way of life, and few be there that find it. He was talking to us.
He was not talking to the world.
He was not talking to the world, even though the world is going to be there, but he was talking to us. So are you, and the way of the narrow way is the way of obedience, the way of trusting him. So belief can lead you straight to hell. Obedience leads you to him. I said, belief can lead you straight to hell. Obedience will lead you straight to him. So you can believe something in your head and not do it. But you can't be obedient and not believe.
I mean, brother, well, all of this that's going on, and like I said, it's not a good trip. This is to lift your spirit, to lift your faith.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I would like to look at it, and move, because the day is going to come. The day is going to come where, with like you and your wife, you all see issues. Those issues are going to be more of a reality than anything before our very faces. We're going to see these things.
And let me say this as well, brothers and sisters. Just as Kathy and I we're going to go to Africa and pave a way. We get to Panama. We'll be there trying to help brothers and sisters who want to come there. So just know that, wherever we are, we're going to try to make a way for y'all's people if that's where they want to be.
And truthfully, brother, I think that's what it is. Truthfully, the Most High knows. He knows his people. Though he knows which ones that are going to lead. And I seriously believe when it's all over said and done, the Most High has everything in arrangement. He has those ones
He does.
And who's going to be, be put in the positions to have things set for, let's call it the greater exodus. That's just a thought. That's just my line of thought.
Mm-hmm.
But I tell you, brother, this is there's a lot of things that's happening right now, and within this awakening, there's some decisions we have to make, and then at the same time, we all still have free will.
Yes.
Most High want to allow us to make those decisions.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm looking at, brother, is these decisions. And for those that, they say, hey, I'm going to wait on the Most High. I'm going to take my hand off to you. Because I'm not going to browbeat you. I'm not. That's just, that's my take on it.
I'm sorry for that noise.
Mm-hmm.
Pause. Well, brothers and sisters, our hope is this: the sweet anticipation of Yah's preferred future for my life. That's biblical hope, not wishful thinking. No, biblical hope is I'm anticipating with a sweet joy Yah's preferred future, his promises for my life. And I hope that's what I want y'all to do. Trust him, have hope. When you read Jeremiah 29, and it says, I'll give you a future and a hope, and expect it in. What's his outcome for our lives? That's what he wants us to trust in and walk in it. He's got so many, he will not withhold anything from them who walk uprightly. I
will say this to brothers and sisters, is this: if you feel that the Most High has given you an open door, pray to him. Ask him to give you a sign. He's going to give you a sign. He's not going to leave you in the lurch. That's one thing he's not going to do. He's not going to leave you wondering, is this it? You pray to him.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to answer you.
That's right. And he might give you a little test.
Yeah.
Testimonies don't come without a test. When I was a professor, we gave the test to prove what you've learned. So he may give you a test. I would sometimes give unannounced quizzes. That's what he does. Sometimes Most High gives you, an unannounced quiz. Have you been learning what I've been teaching you? The only way you know that is if he tests you on it. We all been through school. That's what a test is for. And when you pass it, you have the testimony. I passed. You know, and a good professor, like more like a good Yah, if you don't do so, well, guess what? He'll give you a test. He'll let you retake it. He'll give you some tutoring. He'll give you some, some stuff to help you along the way, a review session. He'll tell you the questions. And then he'll give you the quiz again. Or the test again.
How long you gonna be in where you say you and your wife is at?
We're in Cleveland, Ohio right now.
So when are you all supposed to be going to Panama?
Well, this coming Tuesday, we hope to have all of our plans in place by the middle or near the end of next week. So one of the things we found out, Kathy found this out, that, and I'll try to post this, at least maybe I'll do it on my lesson on Tuesday night. There's a way you start off when you want to go somewhere. Don't start off with an airline and the date and the time. Start off with the destination of where you want to go. And then you put in, let's say you want to go to Panama City, Panama. Then you put Google Flights, I think it is, in the search bar. And then you hit it and it populates all these flights to these various places. And they're generally, 30 to 40, sometimes 50% cheaper than what it would be if you went the other place. So let's say Panama City comes up and it's $250. Right now, I know the flight round trip is $540, but you can get a round trip for less than that, a lot less than that. So you touch on it, it comes up, you get the flight price, and then you put in your dates, because the price is already locked in. Well, that was just a trick. Kathy found that on yesterday. That this young lady, she's a Hebrew, was putting out there. I got the steps, and so what I'll do is, if I can, I'll try to post that as well. But what I'm gonna do, Brother Mike, because I'm gonna get ready to I'm gonna get out of this, and I'm gonna post my YouTube channel and the time of my class. And then folk can, if they choose to, participate in that.
Okay.
We're studying through right now, like I said, the Gospel of Isaiah, and we're looking at the biblical understanding of kingship. Tuesday, we're going to start looking at the comparison and contrast between Saul and David. But if people are interested, they're more than welcome. And how does that apply to our lives? That's the most important thing. How do we become people who are after God's own heart? That's the question that we'll be trying to answer with that study.
I tell you, man, we need these things, man. I mean, what? With this awakening, and then trying to get unaccustomed to the ways of captivity. Yeah, man, that's going to take faith.
Yeah. So I'm going to jump out of this, Mike. I'm going to go in the chat and put my information in the chat, okay?
All right, and you and your wife be safe, brother.
All right, shalom, Hebrew. We'll talk soon, okay?
All right, shalom.
Shalom.
That's the thing, brothers. I tell you, we are in a particular position. We are in it. And individually, we all gonna have to make some decisions. When it's all over said and done, we're gonna make some decisions. You know, whether you brothers and sisters say, you know what, I'm gonna wait on the Most High. All right, fine. Those that say, you know what, no, I'm gonna flee. Fine. There's no browbeating here. I'm not gonna sit up and talk you away from obeying the scriptures. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. If I do it, that's for individual that does that, brothers and sisters. I'm going to have to say this point blank. Just because you may have a brother who said, you know, the scripture said, when you see these things flee, that brother is speaking truth. He's speaking from the scriptures. Now, if you got an individual that comes against you and speak against that, you're not speaking against that brother. And never forget this. You are literally speaking against the scriptures, because this is how we dress it up. We call ourselves trying to dress it up. Well, he has a misunderstanding of the scriptures. That right there is kind of, it's right there. When Yahushua said, when you catch sight of these things, and he was, that's individually, because we scattered. If a person feels and he sees, he understands what he or she need to do, brothers and sisters, that is not for us to sit here and think we're going to browbeat our brothers and sisters and say they have a misunderstanding of the scriptures. You speaking against the Most High. You're not speaking against that person. They did the same thing. Israel did the same thing to who? Moses. This is what they did. That's what they did. They spoke against Moses. And then at the same time, they used Moses as the scapegoat. But the Most High said, no, you're speaking against me. He stood in front of Moses. You know for a fact, y'all ain't talking about Moses. You talking about me. And I'm here to show, I'm showing up. Now, what do you need to say to me? That's what it boils down to being, brothers. Hold on, let me see. Type in spirit. All right, let me see. Wait a minute, hold on. Family, YouTube, tourism. All right, that's what's going. All right, now I'm gonna post his. Wait a minute, hold on. All right, here it is. And that is Brother Galen's YouTube channel. Spiritual Food for the Hebrew Soul. That's the one for YouTube. I'm going to leave it up there for a moment. But I tell you, brothers, no. I got to go over there and subscribe to his channel. I'll do that as soon as I hang this up. But I tell you, brothers, no. Oh, wait a minute, I forgot. Hold on. That's my encouragement, brothers. When you walk upon brothers and sisters who feel they want to stay or they want to flee, brothers encourage them in either direction. Period. Stay faithful when you're here. You stay faithful if you're going abroad. That's what it is. It does not state that you will be unfaithful if you did not leave. You may not be that person who would catch sight. You may not be that person who would not see those things. Other individual may see something totally different. Good night. That's the thing. And that's the beauty of respecting what good. Hold on. Okay. That's the thing, brothers. We will, this is just my encouragement. Respect your brothers' understanding. This is not the time where we need to be going back and forth, yelling back and forth on YouTube, talking about who got a misunderstanding on the scripture and things of that nature. That's one thing we don't, man, please, kick rocks with it. I know one brother, that's all I ain't gonna say that's all he was talking about, but this is how he approached the fleet. And then this is the thing, it's when people put a doctrine on it, as if they doctored up something. But if you're reading the scriptures for what it is, you can read the scripture for what it is. But it's the person who may retaliate. But these are things we got to go through now. These are the things we got to go through with our brothers. Because a brother may think a certain way. He think in a certain way. And he may have some other people that believe what he's saying. These are very dangerous spiritual times. Period. This is what it is. You're welcome, Sister Cynthia. And I hope you brothers and sisters have Brother Galen's information. That is, again, spiritual food for the number 4. The number 4, the Hebrew soul. That's what we have. Brother Galen. Let me sure that I'm still subscribed. All right, cool. And you know what's Sister Melody? It's something going, there's something going on with TikTok, and there's a little bit of stuff going on with YouTube, when it comes to that notification and things. So this is their system and things of that nature, um, I don't know. And sometimes I heard brothers say sometimes you turn your notification on and off and it resets itself. At least, that was some brothers and sisters say. But I would say just check in every now and then and see how things work out. Okay. Oh, you was all right. You was moving. All right. If you were all right. Hold on. Hold on. Now, TikTok, sister, let me tell you something. I do know what's going on. And but this Satan system, anything to discombobulate this awakening, they're going to do it. This is their fear. This is their fear. And hey, their fear is going to run its course. And truthfully, I'm not trying to entertain their fear. I got things I need to be entertaining myself right now, period, outside of their fear. Their fear is going to be there. They're under judgment. I'm under command to be faithful. So I don't have time to be feeding into their fear. That's the table they will have to sit down there and they're going to drink that cup and eat that food. That's them. This is the world's judgment. That's what that is. No. But brothers and sisters, like I said, Brother Galen's channel is Spiritual Food, the number 4, the Hebrew Soul. Go take out time to go over there and look at some of his old videos if possible until he gets back situated, but then subscribe to it. This is a faith encouraging situation for each and every last one of us. That's what it is. I tell you, Sister Pixie does the truth. Yeah, you're right. They will suppress it. They will try their best to do it. They're going to try. Brothers and sisters, you all be safe out there. The system kicked me out. I had another song, but it kicked me out and it took the song out or whatever the situation may be. But maybe next time I have it, that same song back up and things. But this is my encouragement to you, brothers. Stay faithful. Pay attention. Listen to the Most High a little bit deeper now. We're seeing what times we're living in. I'm going to tell you something. When you have it in your spirit that people say, let me see, I'm going to follow my first mind. Yeah, that's the one you need to follow. That's the one that when the Most High is talking to you, when you feel that, you know what, I know I should have did that. Something told me. That ain't something told you. Something. The Most High is telling you. This is the time we have to listen more diligently. We got to do it. Stay faithful. Encourage your brothers and sisters. Pray for your brothers and sisters. And brothers and sisters, and at the same time, pray against yourself to give you strength, to separate yourself from this system of Satan, like the Most High said. Come out of her. Brother, there's a whole lot of coming out that we got to get rid of. There's a lot of coming out that we got to get rid of. And you'll be surprised what it is. Well, I ain't gonna say you'll be surprised, but you know exactly what we need to do individually or as a nation when the Most High says, get out of Babylon. We all know that. But stay faithful, Israel. Keep your head on the swivel. Walk on water. continue to strike your flesh in order to strengthen up your spirit. You brothers and sisters, be safe out there. And till the next time, I will say Shabbat Shalom.